So you're going to hear a lot of Cowboys propaganda talking about how the Eagles haven't beaten anybody, they're not playing any real quarterbacks. That's all a bunch of crap. The truth of the matter is this. The Eagles have not yet peaked. They haven't even began to play their best football yet, and they're still beating everybody by double digits. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you view it, the Philadelphia Eagles are 8-0, undefeated, undisputed, and they have not yet even began to peak, okay? They haven't even started playing their best football yet. Just wait. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe for daily Eagles content, NFL content. You definitely don't want to miss it. And I hope if you've been subscribed for a while, you know what to do. Double check, double moonwalk check, and make sure you're still subscribed. I don't even know why I say that anymore, really. It's just people like hearing me say it because people keep telling me to say it. So just double check, make sure everything's still good on your front, and hopefully by Sunday morning, I will be out of YouTube jail. I will be free again to stream. And my plan is, I want to stream the Washington-Minnesota game. That's the game I'm looking at. Of course, the Monday night game, the Saints, we got to keep an eye on that first-round pick. So we got some streams coming this week. Hopefully it'll be over. I really was hoping that MLB would just do the right thing and withdraw the appeal so we could get this thing over with. It's been a hard week not streaming I missed 2 Eagles games. If this would have happened tonight, I would have missed 1 Eagles game. But because they played on Thursday, I really got screwed. So I'm kind of pissed off about it, But it is what it is. I'm just looking at moving forward. And, we're going to have a great month. It's November. It's time to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because it's a Thanksgiving movie. And we'll get ready for the holidays. Now, I gotta say, when you look at the Eagles, and I'm, not just the Eagles, but looking at what other people are saying about the Eagles, especially Cowboy fans. A lot of Cowboy propaganda out there, talking about, the Eagles, they don't beat anybody. Look at the quarterbacks that they've won against, blah, blah, blah. And suddenly, you would never have beaten us if we had Dak Prescott playing. You wouldn't have beaten us. They forget to mention that they wanted to get rid of Dak Prescott because they said Cooper Rush was the better quarterback. There was Cowboy fans out there actually saying that. But then once we beat Cooper Rush, we didn't have Dak. Dak ain't going to help you. Dak couldn't help you on defense. How come your defense is great, Dallas defense? How come the Eagles put 20 points on you in the half? Like it was nothing. And they didn't even, they could have put more if they had a little bit more of an aggressive take. I'm just saying, it's funny to me because I've never seen an 8-0 team, in my opinion, so disrespected and so brushed to the side. When this is a team that really hasn't played. If you look at the Eagles and you look at every game they've played, they have played really good halves. But you can't say, there's not one game where I can say, man, this was a complete 60-minute game. The Eagles went out there and just dominated from the start to the finish. They haven't. They have just been beating the crap out of teams by the first half. By the end of the first half, so much so that they kind of just go through the motions in the second half. Yesterday was the first game. The Houston game was literally the first game that I can remember sweating at all about it. To be honest, but you have a 14-14 tie at halftime thinking, what's going on here? It was a little bit uneasy. I was pacing a little bit. I was folding laundry. I was throwing stuff up, cursing, catching the towel, folding the mother humper, and putting it away. Because I was so antsy because I couldn't stream. But yesterday was the first game that was really even close at halftime. And the Eagles, as bad, and I don't think they played great yesterday. I think Jalen Hurts played really good. I think the offense played pretty good. I don't think the defense played good. The defense, for the most part, did not play up to my liking, especially against the run. But at the end of the day, they still won by double digits. So This is a team that we're hearing a lot of crap. Well, you're not playing anybody. You're not playing. You can only play who's on your schedule. But at the same time, this is a team that hasn't even peaked yet. They're not even playing their best football. It's not like the Cowboys who played great in September and October. Then as soon as December 1st comes in and that Christmas wind comes in to the land, also the Dallas choke season comes into the land and they choke. The Eagles, they haven't even played their best football yet. They're going to peak in December and January. You watch. They're going to play their best football then when it matters the most. So this team is 8-0 right now. You have the Cowboys at 6-2. You have the Giants at 6-2. Giants are 2 full games behind us. Dallas is 2.5 games behind us because we already beat them. So the Eagles are in good position in the NFC East. Minnesota plays Washington this week. I don't even know how Washington got to 4-4, but they're 4-4. They're playing Minnesota. I almost think it's better to root for Minnesota this week. I mean, root for Washington because Minnesota's only got 1 loss. The only loss they have is to us. I want as much space and room between all these teams as we possibly could get. I want that number 1 seed. That number 1 seed is a must. If you get it, you get a bye week, and then you're playing everything in Philly. I don't think anybody's coming to Philly and beating us. So the Eagles, they have to keep it going. But this is a team that hasn't peaked. And watching the game yesterday, I'm telling you, this team has some really, really talented players. I mean, Dallas Goedert is a very underrated tight end. I think he's top 5 tight end. No question about it. I think he's a Pro Bowl tight end. And I don't think he gets his just due. I definitely don't. And then, of course, you have the receivers, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, total studs. Miles Sanders is having a career year, and he's going to wind up getting a straddle and he's going to get paid. Will the Eagles want to keep him? That's going to be the question. James Bradbury, another interception. I'm telling you, I want to keep him 1 more year at least after this year. And then, how about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson? Total stud. The Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, that interception in that game changed the game. Changed the whole game. That was the play of the game, and it's why the Eagles wound up getting going. That was an important play. And he's been absolutely spectacular. When you look at what the Eagles gave up for him, which wasn't much, to have a guy come in and then lead the league in interceptions, it's a big deal. I think he's been fantastic. Another guy you have to keep. And then Javon Hargrave over the last 2 weeks is really getting going. 3 sacks yesterday. 2 sacks against Pittsburgh, 5 sacks in 2 games. He's going. I've said this before, and I'll say this again. I feel like the talent on defense for the Eagles, the players, the talent levels they have, bail out Jonathan Gannon. They bail him out a lot, and I think they bailed him out again yesterday. The Eagles were horrible against the run, and that's really the weakness. That's what you have to be worried about. And teams that have a really good running game, they're going to be the challenge for us. The Giants, Saquon Barkley, that could be a tough game. Dallas, I would say because their coach is too much of a moron. He's a moron. Too much of a moron to stick with the run game. And then you have, we have to play a team like Tennessee with Derrick Henry. They're going to give him the ball 35 times. So we got to get the run defense under control. We've got to do a much better job of that. To me, that was the biggest annoyance yesterday. That, and I thought Marsha Epps had a horrible game. He played 100% of the snaps. Only player to play 100% of the snaps on defense. Keep missing tackles, drop interceptions, can't cover. He's got to be better. He's got talent. He's got room to grow. I feel much better about him today. I was really aggravated in that first half with him, but he's got room to grow. But too many missed tackles, in my opinion. And right now, to me, I look at Marcus Epps and I say he's just another guy. You still need to add another safety in the offseason to go along with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But there ain't no way I'm letting Chauncey Gardner-Johnson off this team. We're signing him as our safety, man, because he is a ball hawk. No question about it. But I mean, overall, listen, we all thought the Eagles were going to win. This wasn't a great team. There's no question about it. But they still won. They won. You're not going to be perfect every week. You're not going to be at the top of your game every week. And I don't know why people don't talk about this enough. But when you travel on Thursdays, it's always harder. It's always harder. And the Eagles were the traveling team on a Thursday night game. And if you look at the statistics and you look at teams travel, it's always harder for them to win on the road. And not only that, the reason why you get a lot of crappy games, sloppy games, is because it's Thursday games, you know? And if you ever notice how they schedule these Thursday games, they don't schedule big games. They don't schedule like Eagles-Cowboys Thursday night. They very rarely do it. They did Giants-Eagles a few years back, but the Giants were horrible. The big games, the teams that matter, they save those games for like Sunday night, Monday night, and then Sundays. They're not going to have them on Thursday. The only ones that do are Thanksgiving Day games. In my opinion, I would scrap. This is just me. I love football. I can't get enough football. But I would scrap the Thursday night games. I would get rid of them. I'd go back to some Saturday night games at the end of the year, and I would just get rid of the Thursday night games, except for Thanksgiving. If you want to add one game primetime Thursday night on Thanksgiving, fine. But otherwise, I go back to the way it used to be. Dallas plays on Thanksgiving, and Detroit plays on Thanksgiving. But it is what it is. So the Eagles are 8-0. And people could talk all they want about it, but this is an 8-0 team. And Jalen Hurts right now is playing like an MVP. I believe Jalen Hurts is top 3 candidate for MVP in the National Football League. And, you know, keep winning. He's got a chance at this award. I thought Jalen Hurts was really good yesterday. 21 of 27, I believe. He did everything you could ask. He did everything that you could ask. When you know, he first took the field, the Eagles were already down 7-0. Went right down. He scored. When we got a turnover, he put points on the board. And I thought he was pretty good. I thought the run game was really good. I thought Jordan Mailata had his worst game. But, you know, look, the Eagles did what they did. And they're going to play Washington on Monday night. They'll be ready for that game. They'll look much better, I'm sure. But I got to tell you, when you look at this team, as you're going to see, people try to post the names of the quarterbacks we've beaten or try to tell us we haven't beaten anybody. We never played Dallas with Dak. They can say everything that they want. But I can honestly tell you that I have not watched this team play one complete game yet. There is no chance in hell that I think this team has peaked yet. They haven't even started playing their best football. The Eagles are going up. They're slowly going up. And you want them playing their best football in December and January. And that's exactly that's where they're trajecting to. And I think that there's nothing really, you know, it's hard to complain. Like, even complain about Jonathan Gannon, right? Like, I can complain about Jonathan Gannon, blah, 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 blah. But the truth of the matter is, they're winning. They're winning. So how am I going to complain about somebody that's winning? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to say I don't care for his scheme. I want more aggressiveness. I do think they have some things that they have to tighten up on, but I can't harp on anything when they're not losing. Okay, nobody could beat them. That great Dallas. Oh, the Dallas. The Cowboys. Oh, Dallas Cowboys. Mark Holmes. Oh, we got LT on our team in Parsons. He's Lawrence Taylor. We're like the 85 Bears. 85 Bears. What makes you think you're that dominant? Come into Philly. Get your ass kicked. That defense was gassed. The only problem the Eagles made in that game versus Dallas was they didn't finish them. They didn't finish them and score a touchdown when Darius Slade caught that interception late in the second quarter. They needed to go for the kill. They gave Dallas a little bit of hope, and you can't do that in the NFL with any team, no matter the record. And that's what they did. So that's on the Eagles. That ain't because Dallas did anything. Dallas' defense was done. They're cooked. They got taken. And the Eagles are going to beat their ass on Christmas. Let me explain to you Cowboy fans real quick, right? You got your satanic star, you're sacrificing your chickens, but Philly 500, I got holy water, I got garlic. I'm blocking all that shit. I'm blocking it, all right? And you're all worried about how you're going to beat the Eagles Christmas Eve. You're not. Here's what's going to happen. Christmas Eve will be the Eagles game. That if they win that game, they will clinch the division. That's going to be the truth. Eagles will clinch the division Christmas Eve, is my prediction. It's going to be the greatest Christmas ever. I'm going to stream that game. I'm going to pound the eggnog. I'm going to pound a shitload of eggnog. And it's going to be awesome. When it's over, I'm going to go watch Christmas Story. I'm going to have the greatest Christmas ever. Because the Eagles are going to clinch the division Christmas Eve. I can see it now. I can see it in my mind. I close my eyes. I can see it. I can see Mark Holmes sitting by the fire in the dark. Hey, friends. Mark Holmes with your buddy, Cowboy Joe Boo. I want to thank you for watching, subscribing, and liking the channel. Well, Jerry Jones did it to us again. Could have got Odell Beckham Jr., but he didn't. And now the Eagles won the division. But that's okay, because the Eagles only beat us by 21 points and not 24. It could have been worse. And that means the next time the Cowboys play the Eagles, they'll probably win. Get the hell out of here, Mark Holmes, you nut! With that said, Eagles are 8-0, undefeated, undisputed, and yet to peak. Take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, Towie Vision. We're all just living in it. So hopefully by Sunday, I will have my streaming capabilities back. I'm hoping. If so, we're going to do the Minnesota game, Minnesota-Washington, and then on Monday night, we'll do the New Orleans Saints game. And then I'm just kind of wondering, what do you guys all do on Thanksgiving? Like, I'm trying to figure out how to make up for lost streams. And I'm thinking, should I stream the Giants-Cowboys game on Thanksgiving? Or is anybody going to even watch it, be around? Because I don't feel like doing it if nobody's going to be around. I'd rather sit down and drink eggnog and fall asleep. Well, and then laugh at Dallas lose. Because when Dallas loses, it always makes my Thanksgiving. So I need to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. With that said, Denzel Washington out.